Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Well, our first guest won big on Jeopardy this spring, winning 5 games and $156,000, and was part of one of the biggest controversies the show has ever seen. Well, this show has ever seen. That's right. Give it up for our very own Jeopardy champ, Sam Kavanaugh, everybody. Welcome back. We'll get into the quote-unquote controversy in just a second, but I mentioned the total that you won, and that's all great, but what I love about the winnings is what you're doing with it. You're giving money away to 2 of your favorite charities. Tell folks about the charities, if you will.
Yeah, so there's a couple of them that I really wanted to promote, and the first one is Friends of the Boundary Waters Wilderness.
Yeah.
Which, as I mentioned on those little awkward interview segments on Jeopardy.
Yeah. I love that you acknowledge they are a little awkward.
Yeah, they you're prepared for it, but it's still just like moving fast on you. During one of those, I did mention that the Boundary Waters is one of my favorite places. I try to get up there at least once a year, often doing like a solo wilderness camping trip, just to sort of challenge myself, sort of connect. I think it's a very, very important place for me personally. And also, I think for the state, like we say we have 10,000 lakes. I think we actually have more like 12,000 lakes in the state. And
was that a Jeopardy question?
It wasn't. It could be.
It could be. Yeah.
So our water resources are just like super, super important in the state. And it's also just something that we all should have a chance to connect to. And this organization helps protect some of those water resources and helps promote and give access to people who wouldn't otherwise be able to get up there.
I love that. Because there's a good number of people that want to go but can't go.
Right.
Talk to me about Reclaim. I love Reclaim. Tell the folks about that one.
Reclaim is hugely important. It is a service that focuses on providing mental health support for LGBT youth and young adults. And I've worked in education in the public schools and for some nonprofits. I did job training, and that's one thing that you see a lot. I mean, if you think back to your time in middle school or high school, and it's like it's challenging for absolutely everybody, right? You're trying to figure out who you are in that, and especially if you identify as somewhere LGBT, that is particularly challenging and can be something that you need some support with. And so this organization gives support for people who would not be able to access it otherwise.
Yeah, I was talking about it. It's ironic and fantastic we're talking about it because I was talking about the stigma put around mental health. And again, we didn't have any programs like that. I was one of those kids that was trying to figure out who I was in middle school, horribly bullied, had no resources. I always talk to people and I say the biggest thing, you feel like you have no allies, and Reclaim gives you the allies that you those kids so desperately need when they're trying to figure this stuff out. So bravo to you. I appreciate you doing that and wanting to talk about it. By the way, everybody, when we put this segment on Facebook a little bit later, we'll put links to both of these organizations in the profile so you can get to them and do what you can. Okay, that's important. Let's get to far less important things, and that is the controversy that happened the last time you were here. Now, Sam was nice enough the last time he was here. He was here just to talk about his thing. We said, hey, let's play a little game where Sam goes up against, we have a guy in our newsroom, and everybody, I don't care if you work in an Office Depot, I don't care if you work in a bowling alley or a cubicle farm, there's always a guy in your workplace, right, Sam?
Oh, yeah.
It's the guy that thinks he knows everything. You know what I mean? And that guy, I'm going to change his name to protect his innocence. It's Nick. Nick. That's right. Nick is that guy, and he's loud, and so Sam and Nick competed right over here right here's the video of it on Jeopardy, and sadly Nick won this game, but immediately afterwards our lawyers got involved. They really didn't, but we looked at the tape and we realized Nick cheated. Sam, Nick cheated.
How could he?
He rang in early on a few times. And then Sam was nice enough to remind us we really weren't following actual Jeopardy rules, right Sam? Right. Yeah. Like what was one of the most egregious rules we broke?
So, I mean, other than ringing in early, because, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little, yeah.
One of them is that, obviously, you have to answer in the form of a question. Another is that we should be able to read the clue and try to get ahead.
Yes. So this time, we've corrected all of that because of Sam's guidance. We have we have the clues written out. So when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, don't turn that dial. It is Sam versus Know-It-All Nick, the rematch, when we return. Stay with us, everybody.